How are you doing? It's Treflyn Jones. We've just been breaking bread today, as we do on a Sunday morning on Zoom at 11 o'clock. But I just want to encourage you. When we break bread, we just come together to honour what Jesus did for us on the cross of Calvary all those years ago. And we want to share a word. And I just opened my Bible this morning on a random page, and I opened it on Jeremiah 16, and I just happened to look at that. Wow, and I was just blown away. So I just want to share this with you this morning. So I haven't, prepared this to come across in any other way than just me talking ordinarily. But I hope that you get the same enthusiasm and encouragement from the words of Jeremiah as I've got this morning, and I just want to share. I don't know how long I'm going to go on for, but please bear with me. It's worth listening to. It really made a big difference to me. Okay, so Jeremiah 16:1. Then the word of the Lord came to me, you must not marry or have sons and daughters in this place. So God was giving them instructions. And on Jeremiah 16:5, it says, do not enter the house where there is a funeral meal. In 8, it says, do not enter the house where there is feasting and sit down and eat and drink. Then it says in Jeremiah 16:10, when you tell these people all this and they ask you, why has the Lord decreed such great disasters against us? What wrong have we done? What sin have we committed against the Lord our God? Listen, say to them, it is because your fathers forsook me, declares the Lord, and followed other gods and served and worshipped them. So God gives them plenty of warning about what's going on. But then I saw Jeremiah 16:16, and God says, but now I will send for many fishermen, declares the Lord, and they will catch them. After that, I will send for many hunters, and they will hunt them down on every mountain and hill from the crevices of the rocks. My eyes are all on their ways. They are not hidden from me, nor is their sin concealed from my eyes. I will repay them double for their wickedness and their sin, because they have defiled my land with the lifeless forms of their vile images and have filled my inheritance with their detestable idols. So the one thing we've got to remember is that in those days, Moses had given them the laws that God had given to them. And so God's talking to Jeremiah and giving them reasons and explaining to them. That I'm so encouraged by this, not because I feel under condemnation. I seriously don't feel under condemnation, but I'm just in awe of how God is dealing with this situation. He says in Jeremiah 16:19, and this is what I just love about this. O Lord, my strength and my fortress, my refuge in time of distress. To you the nations will come from the ends of the earth and say, our fathers possessed nothing but false gods, worthless idols that did them no good. It's very easy for us to get caught up in everything that's going on in the world these days. And yeah, we all have likes and dislikes, and we have things that we want to do. But this was something very, very different. It says here, do men make their own gods? Yes, but they are not gods. And we see that today. But again, as a born-again believer, I don't feel under condemnation. I'm not perfect, but I don't feel under condemnation. But this is what God is saying through Jeremiah to the Hebrews of the day. Do men make their own gods? Yes, but they are not gods. Therefore, I will teach them. This time I will teach them my power and might. Then they will know that my name is the Lord. Judah's sin is engraved with an iron tool, inscribed with a flint point on the tablets of their hearts and on the horns of their altars. And it goes on in Jeremiah 17. That was Jeremiah 17:1. Jeremiah 17:5, this is what the Lord says, and this is where I really, really was blessed. Cursed is the one who trusts in man, who depends on flesh for his strength, and whose heart turns away from the Lord. He will be like a bush in the wastelands. He will not see prosperity when it comes. He will dwell in the parched places of the desert, in the salt land where no one lives. And here's one for you. But blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. He will be like a tree planted by the water, that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when the heat comes. You know, when the heat comes, that's not a good thing. So God's not saying, I'm going to put a hedge of protection around you, the heat will not come. It says he does not fear when heat comes, when trouble comes, because we trust in God. So let's not think that we are immune from the problems that surround this world and that surround our lives. We're not. But we trust in God. And therefore, we shouldn't be panicking, we shouldn't be worrying, and we shouldn't be in distress. Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. He will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought, and it never fails to bear fruit. You know, we might at the moment be going through this COVID situation, but I will say this, things couldn't be better. You know, I'm comfortable. I've got a house I live in. I've got food. I've got air that I breathe. I've got a lovely wife. I've got some lovely friends. But yeah, things could be different. And I would say things would be different, but things couldn't be better. So I'm not worried about what's going on. Yeah, God is a pragmatic God, and we need to keep safe, and we need to follow the rules because we don't want to put ourselves in danger. But let's get back to God's word. So this is Jeremiah 17, verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and beyond cure. Who can understand it? I, the Lord, search the heart and examine the mind, to reward a man according to his conduct, according to what his deeds deserve. You know, we need to trust in God. We need to trust in God. I just want to go back to Jeremiah 17, and then I want to bring you to something in the New Testament. In Jeremiah 17:1, it says, Judah's sin is engraved with an iron tool, inscribed with a flint point on the tablets of their hearts. Now, if we go to 2 Corinthians 3, and we're looking here at verse 1 in 2 Corinthians 3. Are we beginning to commend ourselves again? Or do we need, like some people, letters of recommendation to you or from you? Now, we know that Paul was writing to the church in Corinth, so I'm not speaking this to you personally, but there's a message here. It says, you yourselves are our letter, written on our hearts, known and read by everybody. You show that you are a letter from Christ, the result of our ministry, written not with ink, but with the Spirit of the living God, not on tablets of stone, but on tablets of human hearts. So we know that Moses came down the mountain with the laws written on tablets of stone. Here in Jeremiah 17, it says, inscribed with a flint point on the tablets of their hearts and on the horns of their altars. But in 2 Corinthians 3, Paul wrote that we are a letter from Christ, the result of our ministry, not written with ink, but with the Spirit of the living God, not on tablets of stone, but on tablets of human hearts. You see, if we look back to Jeremiah 17, verse 10, I, the Lord, search the heart and examine the mind to reward a man according to his conduct, according to what his deeds deserve. That was the word that Jeremiah was giving out to the Hebrews. And yet it says here, again, it says here, you yourselves are our letter, written on our hearts, known and read by everybody. You show that you are a letter from Christ. You show the result of our ministry. So the way we behave towards one another, towards each other, and live in this world is testimony to who we are. It's not about how many times we go to church. It's about who we are inside. What is happening in the mind? Who do we put our trust in? I know who I put my trust in. I put my trust in Jesus, who died on the cross, shed his blood for me, for the remission of sins. Wow. And every Sunday morning here on Taskjesus, we have a Zoom meeting. And you can join us if you want. I'll put the link down below. But this is not a commercial to get you to come and break bread with us on a Sunday morning. But that's what we do at 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning. But I just wanted to share this word with you this morning. I really, really, really want to encourage you to be encouraged. And, you know, even though God was really being very, very serious with the Hebrews, with the warnings, Jeremiah 16 days of disaster, things were not looking good for them, right? You know, that he spoke to them and he told them what was going to happen. He told them, he says, listen, guys, you're not doing this right. You know, but Jesus went to the cross. Jesus went to that cross and paid the price for my sins, for my misdemeanors. It wasn't my fault that I'm a sinner. That wasn't my fault. But I know better now than to want to sin against my God and my Jesus. So I just thank you for listening to this. And I'm sorry if I've gone on a bit long this morning, but I just want to thank you all. I just want to pray that you have a lovely, lovely day with your family, that you stay safe. And if you are going out, you know, then wear the mask. Wear a mask. You know, because our God is a pragmatic God. Don't be stupid going out there and saying, I'm covered by a hedge of protection. Even Jesus ran away when they tried to stone him. I mean, Jesus went to the cross voluntarily. And I'm not volunteering to go to heaven yet. I'll go to heaven when the Lord calls me, and I'll go to heaven when Jesus is ready for me. But in the meantime, I want you to stay safe. I want you to be blessed. And I want to thank you for watching this video. Take care. Have a Jesus-filled day. God bless you all and your house. Bye now.